In the late 90s, Admiral Richard Byrd's personal diary entries were leaked to the press. These entries describe an encounter Byrd and his crew had when they accidentally flew into a crater. They encountered unknown aircraft and met human-like creatures who appeared to be more advanced than humans. Byrd claims to have been detained and placed under strict control by the United States government under national security provisions. The leaked records have raised many questions about the existence of a civilization living underground. Although Byrd's claims may seem far-fetched, there are historical examples of underground settlements. For instance, in 1963, a resident of Cappadocia discovered an entrance to a tunnel while cleaning his basement. This suggests that the idea of civilizations underground is not entirely implausible. Questions arise about how an entire civilization could exist underground and whether Byrd's account can be trusted. It is essential to critically analyze and evaluate the information available before drawing any conclusions. The exploration of a tunnel led to the discovery of the underground city of Derinque. The vast tunnel system encompasses 18 floors and reaches a depth of 85 meters. It is estimated that around 20,000 people lived in this multi-tiered city. The origins of the complex are debated, with some suggesting it was dug by the Hittites around 2000 BC, while others claim it was the work of local Christians in the 1st century AD. The construction of Derinque displays remarkable craftsmanship. Some areas of the city consist of converted caves, while others feature rooms intricately carved into the soft sandstone. The hardness of the material resembles granite, and it remains a mystery how people at that time could have cut through such a vast network of tunnels without the aid of advanced technology. Underground cities, like Cappadocia and Derinque, were designed with ventilation, wells, and various amenities to support long-term living underground. These cities provided a more comfortable environment compared to the extreme temperature changes on the surface. They were likely built to hide from conqueror armies, as evidenced by the large round stones used to block entrances when outsiders approached. The tunnel systems in these cities were intricate, making it challenging for outsiders to navigate. If someone did enter without proper guidance, they would likely wander until succumbing to hunger and thirst. Modern scientists have only explored about 10% of Derinque, which is still significant compared to the limited exploration of Egyptian pyramid dungeons. Herodotus, an ancient Greek historian, mentioned the existence of vast underground structures in Egypt known as the Infinite Labyrinth. It was said to have been built during the reign of Pharaoh Amenemhat IV and consisted of 1,500 rooms and chambers. The labyrinth was rumored to contain tombs, sacred animals, and scrolls with secret knowledge kept away from ordinary people. The tunnels leading from the Sphinx to the underground part of the Great Pyramid were intricate and maze-like. While underground cities were indeed built in ancient times, Admiral Byrd spoke of an entire underground civilization. The logistics of accommodating such a civilization entirely underground pose significant questions that require further exploration and investigation. The belief in a hidden world beneath the Earth's surface dates back to ancient times. In 1692, Edmund Halley proposed the idea of a hollow Earth consisting of concentric shells separated by layers of atmosphere. While initially ridiculed, some researchers attempted to prove this hypothesis over the years. John Cleves Sims, in 1818, wrote to Congress proposing an expedition to explore the openings at the North and South Poles. However, funding was not granted, and the idea faded into obscurity. In 1908, writer Willis George Emerson published The Smoky God, claiming it was based on the real account of a sailor named Olaf Johnson. According to Johnson, his ship accidentally entered a cave near the North Pole, leading to an underground civilization. Although Olaf described tall, human-like beings and a separate sun in this realm, his story is considered unreliable due to sailors' propensity for inventing fantastical tales. While these accounts exist, they offer weak evidence to support the hollow Earth hypothesis. It is essential to approach these stories with skepticism and rely on scientific inquiry to uncover the truth about our planet's internal structure. The hollow Earth theories and the possibility of people residing inside may seem far-fetched, but they could hold some truth. Pilot Richard Byrd's notes provide interesting evidence to support these claims. Recent undeniable proof of Byrd's observations was discovered in 1968, when the American spacecraft S-7 captured images of a distinctive black hole at the North Pole. Curiously, no further investigation has been conducted, and flights over the North Pole, including research satellites, are prohibited. Officially, this is justified by claiming weak gravity at the poles makes it unsafe for flying vehicles. However, this may be a cover-up by authorities, reminiscent of the aggressive reaction towards Byrd's attempts to discuss his flight. Admiral Byrd, a renowned explorer, had influential connections such as the Ford family, who supported his expeditions to the North and South Poles. During one of his flights, he experienced an oil leak and turbulent conditions. Instead of crashing, his aircraft entered a mysterious cave, leading them to a previously unnoticed mountain range. While skepticism remains, it is important to consider the compelling evidence presented by Byrd's diary and the corroborating images. Exploring further and uncovering the truth about the North Pole and its mysteries is crucial. During expeditions to the North Pole, Admiral Byrd and his team were surprised to find green valleys, forests, and illuminated areas instead of snow and ice. Their instruments malfunctioned, and strange flying machines carrying human-like creatures approached them. These beings, known as the Agarthians, invited Byrd to their underground civilization called Agartha. In Agartha, the Agarthians live in crystal houses, use advanced technology, and possess superior scientific and cultural knowledge. They expressed concern about humans' use of atomic energy and attempted to communicate with humanity after World War II, but were met with hostility. Byrd's diary emphasizes the difficulty of describing what he witnessed, but highlights the advanced civilization he encountered. The Agarthians sought to warn humanity about the destructive potential of atomic energy. Despite the fascinating account in Byrd's diary, concrete evidence is still lacking, and skepticism regarding his claims persists. Further exploration and research are necessary to uncover the truth behind the existence of Agartha and its connection to our world. Legend of Agartha shared with Admiral Byrd's team. Information documented in Byrd's diary and later published. Skepticism regarding Byrd's credibility and lack of photographic evidence. Hypothesis suggests Agartha at North Pole, but proof is lacking. Further exploration needed to uncover truth. There are various findings and legends that suggest the existence of worn regions and entrances to underground worlds. Ice plugs with fresh water and unknown pollen, bird migrations, and driftwood material on Greenland's coast indicate such possibilities. Geologists have found remains of animals suited for worn regions in Siberia. Legends of Agartha or Shambhala, accessible through special practices or a pure heart, also add to the intrigue. Specific locations worldwide, including Iguazu Falls, Monte Grosso, Manaus in Brazil, and the Cueva de los Teos cave in Ecuador, and the Sheshner well in Varanasi, India, have been associated with myths of underground civilizations and portals. However, concrete evidence for these claims is scarce and skepticism is advised. Notable mathematician Martin Gardner once proposed the notion that our universe could exist inside another large hollow world. However, these ideas remain speculative and lack consensus within the scientific community. Debates surrounding these legends and theories continue, and some dismiss them as conspiracy theories. Ultimately, the existence of underground civilizations remains unconfirmed, leaving individuals to interpret the available evidence and make their own judgments.